of Internal Medicine and Pediatrics in 1988. Since then, he has served in many leadership roles, most recently as our Vice Dean for Education, where he worked to grow our educational programs, including graduate programs and our new regional campuses. He looks forward to working with all of you as you pursue your medical education. And now I'll turn it over to Dr. Griffith.
Well, thank you, Dr. White. And friends, family, loved ones, all folks here, I wanted to tell you, I talked to your students yesterday. One of the things we talked about, just briefly, not to repeat, students, sorry, is that you all, the students here in front of us come from so many different backgrounds. The diversity of backgrounds is amazing. Some of them came straight through college and into medical school, but some have had careers for years and years and years, but they all have one thing in common. Despite this diversity of background, the one thing in common is every single one of these students at some point in their life had this dream of being a physician. That's what unites them. And so today we celebrate a milestone in that dream where we welcome them into this medical school with this Whitecoat ceremony. This is one of the great milestones of their journey. So I want to start off a little different. I want to start off talking about a movie that's about dreams. There's a movie called Field of Dreams. It was a movie from the late 80s. That was before these students were born, most of them. But students, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Run it, buy it, try to do something. It's worthwhile. It's one of the great movies you'll ever see. I'll tell you a little bit about the premise of it. It sounds kind of hokey, but I promise you it is magical about what's really important in this world. So the premise of Field of Dreams is this. Kevin Costner plays this farmer in Iowa, and at some point he hears these voices, and the voices say, if you build it, he will come. If you build it, he will come. And he comes to understand that what he's supposed to build is this baseball diamond. There's the baseball motif, Dr. White, in Iowa, in his cornfield. So he's tearing down all of his cornfield. That's his livelihood. His family, his friends, his loved ones wonder what he's doing here. He's going to go into financial ruin, but he has to build this baseball field. It's a major league sized baseball field. It's got lights. You can see it at night there. That's what he does. And then what happens is magical. His family can sit at the stands there at this baseball field, and in the night, out of the cornfields, come these Major League Baseball players that passed away years and years ago. They were from 70 or 80 years before, but they can live again and play baseball again in the Field of Dreams. So he and his family watch these former baseball players playing in the Field of Dreams night after night after night. At some point, Kevin Costner realizes that living people can enter the Field of Dreams if that was their dream. There's one catch to it, though. If a living person goes into the Field of Dreams, they're transformed to their younger self and they can play baseball again. But once they leave the Field of Dreams one time, they transfer to their older selves and they can never return. So there's this town doctor. His name is Doc Moonlight Graham. He's the town doctor there. He's played by Burt Lancaster in all of his glory. But Doc Graham is the town doctor. He's the family physician. He's the one who delivers babies, and he's the one who takes care of you from cradle to grave. He is the town doctor that many of you all are going to aspire to be, and that's what I hope you will be, the legacy of this town there. So Doc Graham was revered and loved as the doctor for this small town, but he had this dream. He wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, and he almost attained it when he was young. When he was young, he was in the minor leagues, and he actually got called up before the season ended, just a few days before. And he played for an inning in a real Major League Baseball team. He was out in the field, no balls were hit to him. And he was about to get to bat, but then 3 outs were made, and then he wasn't able to bat. World War I came around, he joined the service, and when he came back, he said, you know what, I need to be more serious about my career, and I'll become a doctor, though. So he never attained that dream, though, of batting against a Major League pitcher. That's what he wanted to do. So Kevin Costner finds him and says, you know what, we can make your dream come true. You can bat against these real Major League pitchers in our Field of Dreams. And so Doc Graham comes to the Field of Dreams. And he crosses the first baseline, and he's transformed into his younger self. It's magical. He's out there playing and having a good time and fielding. And finally, he's about to come up to bat. He's standing up there ready to swing. And all of a sudden, Kevin Costner and his family are watching this person about to bat. And Kevin Costner's young daughter all of a sudden is on the ground, and she's seizing. She's dying in front of us. And Doc Graham's about to bat. He looks across, and he starts running. No hesitation. He gets to the first baseline. He knows once he crosses, he can't come back. No hesitation. So he goes across it. He's transformed back to his older self. He saves a little girl. She was choking on a hot dog. And Kevin Costner says, Doc, thank you so much for saving my daughter's life, but this was a tragedy. You were so close to attaining your dream. You wanted to bat against a major league pitcher. You were right there, and it didn't happen. And Dr. Graham says, no, son, the tragedy would have been if I wasn't a doctor. So we're on the cusp of your field of dreams. You're about to start playing in it. And so we're going to welcome you today in this next milestone in your dreams here. I did want to say to your family, friends, and loved ones, some things we talked about yesterday just a little bit, is these students have done so much, they've accomplished so much, it's amazing. And we welcome them, we say, yay, you, we're celebrating you today. But really, it's not about them, and they know that. They have chosen to enter a profession of service. Profession of serving their fellow human beings, of serving the suffering, to always be there for them, to use their amazing talents and abilities, not for themselves and to advance themselves, but to serve others. That's what this profession is all about. So when I see these students here, I see these 136 students, and that's wonderful. But I look at her and I say, she's going to take care of several thousand patients. He's going to take care of several thousand patients, several thousand. He starts adding up. This is hundreds of thousands of patients that are going to have a doctor because of this class right here, right now. That's what we're celebrating. The other thing that we talked about, though, is that the journey is not going to be alone. We're here to support you in the medical school. Our health systems support you. The physicians that allow you to be taking care of their patients, the patients support you. They welcome you into their care. It's an amazing thing. It's both at UK Healthcare, those of you on the RPLP program, St. Clair, just the same way. And you won't be doing this alone, but you've never done this alone. So as talented and as wonderful and as amazing as these students are, none of us got here by ourselves. So what I want to do at this point is something a little bit different again. I want us to remind us of those who helped us get there. That one of the saints of America is Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers said, at some point in your life, someone smiled you into smiling. Someone loved you into loving. Someone believed you into believing. So someone smiled you and they believed in you, and that's why you're here now. So students, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to think and be in a posture of gratitude for those who helped you along the way. For many of you, it was your family, it was your parents, your brothers or sisters, a beloved grandparent, a spouse, best friends, a teacher. So in your heart, reflect on them and thank them for them being a part of you attaining this dream of being a physician. Can you open your eyes now? So, again, this journey is going to be great. And so these next few years are going to be wonderful. Less than 4 years from now, we're going to be gathered together again, and we're going to graduate. Less than 4 years. We're going to be at ceremonies like this, and it's going to be wonderful. And it is daunting. Parents, families, friends, loved ones, medical school is hard. There's no doubt about it. We're here to support them. We told them yesterday we are invested in every one of them to succeed. We want every single one of these people to be the doctors that are taking care of these thousands of people here. So we're all going to work together, and we're all going to succeed together. It's going to be a great thing. But it's hard not to be nervous, but it's going to be good when you look back on it. The first few years, the science is, sometimes that's very daunting. You think, oh my goodness, that's so much foundational science, so much to do. But just reflect on it a little bit. What makes a physician's education different than other healthcare providers is the deep grounding in the foundational sciences. So for example, someone comes in with a sinus infection. There's kind of patterns of disease that are fairly simple once you learn them. People with sinus infection, they have sinus congestion, maybe a little fever, maybe some green mucus, whatever. That's pretty straightforward. It doesn't take 4 years of medical school to make that diagnosis, I promise you. But sometimes the patterns don't add up. Sometimes it's much more complicated than that. And sometimes you've got to fall back and reason from the pathophysiologic principles that you're going to learn in these next 2 years. These are crucially important 2 years It's the grounding of physician education. You can make these complex diagnoses when the patterns break down. That's what you're doing. So as you embrace this foundational science, as hard as it is important and crucial. But I will admit, the clinical years, those are a lot of fun. Those are going to start third year, and you're going to enjoy those so well in your clerkships. Like I said, you will all take similar clerkships in your third year that are important for the general education of physicians. So you're going to do rotations, for example, in internal medicine. Those are sort of like the detectives of medicine. They're figuring out really complex diagnoses in adults. You're going to do rotations in surgery. You're going to see the wonder of the human body open in front of you, and you're going to assist the surgeons in these procedures there. It is an amazing experience you will never forget. You're going to do rotations in neurology and the wonders of the human brain. You're going to do rotations in psychiatry where healing is from listening. You're going to do rotations in family medicine where you take into account the entire family in the care of the patient because none of us are alone. You'll do rotations in emergency medicine where it's crucial to make the can't-miss diagnosis. You can't let this person leave this ER unless you make sure that they are safe. And that's the hallmark of emergency medicine care. You're going to do rotations in pediatrics and the privilege of taking care of children. Can't beat that. You're going to do rotations in obstetrics, gynecology, and you're going to help in the delivery of babies and welcome a new life into this world. It's amazing. All these students are going to do these things. It's going to be amazing. And then your fourth year, you're going to do all these rotations in the specialty of your choice. And then you're going to start getting ready for the match and doing interviews for residency. And then you're going to have match day. That's going to be a joyous celebration as well. And then you're going to graduate less than 4 years from now. And we're going to say, yay, you for sure then. So this journey is a wonderful journey. We're doing it together. No one does it alone. It's not about you all anymore. It's about the amazing talents you all have that's going to be for the service of the patients you're going to care for in the future. That's what this is all about. So as we welcome you to the profession with the donning of the white coat, I wanted to leave you with one other thing. When are you going to become a physician? I'm giving you a peek into the future. You may say, well, I don't know, in May, sometime 4 years from now, when I get my diploma, right? And that's true. You will have that diploma. You'll be an MD. But you know what? When you walk across the stage, we hand you the diploma, and you walk off, you don't feel that much different than when you first started walking across the stage. On July 1st of your residency, they're going to start calling you doctor, and you are a doctor. But you don't feel that much different than June 30th. For most of us, we truly became a doctor sometime early in our residency training. Residency training, not to scare the family, friends, and loved ones here, is hard. We have to limit the hours they work to 80 hours a week, limit it. But it's also wonderful because it's a specialty you've chosen, you love it. It's not even like work. You just enjoy that specialty and caring for those type of patients. It's a joy. And you're going to learn so much, but it's hard. And it can be exhausting through time. So it goes something like this. Maybe around November or so of your intern year, your first year, you've been working for 4 or 5 months, and you are so tired, 80-hour week after 80-hour weeks, and exhausted. And now the days are shorter, you're never seeing daylight, and you're just tired. And you're doing maybe a couple of weeks of night float, where you're covering for the team at night and taking care of the patients at night there, and your circadian rhythm's all messed up, and you're just exhausted. And perhaps one time in that night float night, it's maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you look up and you had all these tasks you're supposed to do to prepare for the team coming on in the morning, and you got them all done. There's no new patients to admit. I've got the work done. I can go to the call room maybe and sleep for a couple hours and finally get some rest. Finally. So you go to the call room, you lay down, and then beep, 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 beep. It's the pager. And the nurse says, this patient you're taking care of, he's got end-stage Alzheimer's disease. He's always confused, but he's more confused now. He's got a fever. What would you like me to do, doctor? With every ounce of your being, what you'd like to do is maybe order some blood cultures, urinalysis, do a chest x-ray, order some antibiotics, get things moving. The team will be coming out in a couple hours. They'll have all this data when they come in the door here, and just go back to sleep. And then you get up and you go see the patient. That's what doctors do. When you can't help being a doctor, when no one's watching, even when you're tired beyond your imagination, that's the night you truly become a doctor. It's going to happen to each and every one of you. So until that day, though, Let's celebrate today. This is the way we welcome you to medical school with the donning of the white coat. And yeah, we'll say yay you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Griffith, for that message. We hope that you all are able to see how excited we are to welcome you to the College of Medicine and our clinical partners and the heart in which we want to teach you and want to welcome you into this profession. Hopefully that is becoming obvious. So to move into our next portion of our ceremony, I want to take the opportunity to introduce Dr. Kimberly Jones. Dr. Jones is our Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, our learning communities, and is also an Associate Professor of Neurology. So that support that Dr. Griffith talked about is going to be with you all the time. Dr. Jones is part of the magic that makes that happen. Dr. Jones.
It is now time to introduce the University of Kentucky College of Medicine, class of 2026. Each member of the class will be called to the stage to receive their white coat and humanism pin. These items are symbols of and will become your cloak of compassion. When wearing them, these future physicians will be reminded of both the profession they are part of and the tenets it embodies that will guide them throughout their careers. To provide compassionate care to all, to hold the trust that their patients bestow with reverence, to respect their colleagues and all professionals that are vital to the care of their patients, to become a lifelong learner, and perhaps not least, to understand their own limitations and to be able to ask for help when caring for their patients or themselves, remembering that physicians too are human. The UK College of Medicine utilizes learning communities or houses to foster social connection among students and faculty, to help students develop personally and professionally, and to provide academic advising and career exploration and planning. Each house has 2 designated faculty who serve as mentors, advisors, and coaches, with whom students will develop a longitudinal relationship across their journey through medical school. Today we are joined by our available house faculty leadership who will be coding the students as an outward sign of welcoming them into the profession. Some of my colleagues in the Office of Medical Education will be reading the students' names. First, I will introduce our Clydesdale and Fresian houses. I would like to invite Dr. Gabby Gabrielle, Assistant Professor in Radiology, and Dr. Michael Kudak, Assistant Professor in Pediatrics of the Clydesdale House. All of our Rural Physician Leadership Program students are in the Clydesdale House, so Dr. Rebecca Todd, Associate Professor in Obstetrics and Gynecology, and our Associate Dean for Rural Physician Leadership Program will cloak our RP-LP students. Hasib Ahmad. Hasib received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Noor Ali. Noor received a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Kentucky and a Master of Public Health from Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. Olivia Back. Olivia received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky. William Denton. William received a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Boston University and a Master of Arts in Biotechnology from Boston University. Olivia Elbert. Olivia received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science from Georgetown College. Cameron Evans. Cameron received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Katie Gaines. Katie received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky. Zachary Grissom. Zachary received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Miami in Florida. Jacob Haggard. Jacob received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Eastern Kentucky University. Mason McGee. Mason received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Morehead State University. Madison Meister. Madison received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Louisville. Emily Melcher. Emily received a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Medical Biotechnology from the University of Kentucky. Lauren Miller. Lauren received Bachelor of Arts degrees in Biochemistry and in Spanish Language and Literature from Transylvania University. Tyler Osborne. Tyler received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Pyle Punchel. Pyle received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from the University of Virginia. Ronak Patel. Ronak received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Allison Porter. Allison received a Bachelor of Science in Veterinary Science from Morehead State University and a Master of Science in Veterinary Science from the University of Kentucky. Chloe Power. Chloe received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Carlos Reyes Sarmiento. Carlos received a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology from the University of Kentucky. Amber Schifano. Amber received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Morehead State University. Kristen Singleton. Kristen received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Morehead State University. Drew Smith. Drew received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Louisville. Dawson Stevens. Dawson received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Louisville. Jasmine Thomas. Jasmine received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology and a Bachelor of Science in Marketing from the University of Louisville and a Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics from the University of Louisville School of Medicine. Emma Walbrink. Emma received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Callie Whitus. Callie received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Eastern Kentucky University. Thank you. Next, we will quote students of the Fresian House. If Dr. Chris Simmons, Assistant Professor of Internal Medicine, could join me to quote the students. Grant Brockman. Grant received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. George Boutros. George received a Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition from the University of Kentucky. Kylie Cochran. Kylie received a Bachelor of Science in Behavioral Neuroscience from Centre College. Samuel Golden. Samuel received a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from the University of the Cumberlands. Tyler Hall. Tyler received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Holden Huffman. Holden received Bachelor's of Science degrees in Neuroscience and in Psychology, both from the University of Kentucky. Addison Jennings. Addison received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Sadie Junkins. Sadie received a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences from the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Martin Kashimov. Martin received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Western Kentucky University. Matthew Lemke. Matthew received Bachelor of Science degrees in Biology and in Animal Sciences from the University of Kentucky. Elena Manawis. Elena received a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Medical Biotechnology and a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish Language and Culture, both from the University of Kentucky. Catherine Starr Victoria Manning. Catherine received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Yugant Surab Patel. Yugant received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Danielle Peterson. Danielle received a Bachelor of Science in Biological Chemistry from the University of Kentucky. Matthew Ray. Matthew received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Sasha Variel Sairajeev. Sasha received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Madison Sawyer. Madison received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky. Sachin Sundar. Sachin received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from James Madison University and a Master of Business Administration from Westchester University. Grace Thomas. Grace received a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences from the University of Cincinnati. Emily Trammell. Emily received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Transylvania University. Court Waterbury. Court received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Western Kentucky University and a Master of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Jenna Wilson. Jenna received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky. Rob Yates. Rob received a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering from the University of Kentucky. I will now turn it over to Dr. John Ragsdale, Associate Professor of Internal Medicine and our Assistant Dean for Clinical Education, who will present the Haflinger and Mustang houses.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. I want to welcome all the families and friends who are here to support these students. This is truly a milestone in their journey, and I'm glad that you're able to celebrate it with them. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Hubie Ballard. Dr. Ballard is Associate Professor of Pediatrics. He's going to present the coats to the students of the Haflinger House. Andrea Alonso. Andrea received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, both from the University of Kentucky. Devin Atkins. Devin received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Mindy Wynn Baker. Mindy received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Supriya Chawla. Supriya received a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Parker Dean. Parker received a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from the University of Alabama. Gunnar Eaton. Gunnar received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology and Exercise Science from Transylvania University. Holt Hammonds. Holt received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Lauren Hudson. Lauren received a Bachelor of Science degrees in Neuroscience and in Biology, both from the University of Kentucky. Jordan Hurley. Jordan received a Bachelor of Science in Physics and Chemistry from Western Kentucky University. Deasia King. Deasia received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Louisville. Alexander Lukinchuk. Alexander received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from the University of Kentucky. Shelby McCubbin. Shelby received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Jazare McKinney. Jazare received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Morehead State University. Nick Meredith. Nick received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Nikitha Rajendran. Nikitha received a Bachelor of Science in Biology and a Master of Business Administration, both from the University of Kentucky. Wyatt Ringo. Wyatt received a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from the University of Kentucky. Jacob Santana. Jacob received both a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering from the University of Louisville, as well as a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Bellarmine University. Mallory Shake. Mallory received a Bachelor of Science in Biology and a Bachelor of Arts in Healthcare Studies, both from the University of Richmond. Sangeet Sheth. Sangeet received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Centre College and a Master of Science in Medical Science from the University of Kentucky. Wyatt Southall. Wyatt received a Bachelor of Science in Applied Health Science from Wheaton College. Richa Suri. Richa received a bachelor degrees in Biological Science and Psychology from the University of Maryland, as well as a Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics from Georgetown University. Madison Tackett. Madison received a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Exercise Science from the University of Kentucky. Alex Tran. Alex received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Madison Webster. Madison received a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Ethan Wells. Ethan received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science from Morehead State University. Alan Westerfield. Alan received a Bachelor of Science in Human and Organizational Development from Vanderbilt University. Thank you, Dr. Ballard. I would now like to invite to the stage Dr. Andrew Holine. Dr. Holine is a professor of internal medicine, and he is going to present coats to the Mustang House. Yazan Al-Rafai. Yazan received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Kentucky and a Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics from the University of Louisville. Maria Fernanda Clark. Maria received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Middle Tennessee State University. Rachel Cooper. Rachel received a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Finance from Centre College and a Master of Health Science in Global Health Economics from Johns Hopkins University. Riley Crawford. Riley received a Bachelor of Science degrees in biology and in chemistry, both from Western Kentucky University. Ahmad Hakoum. Ahmad received a Bachelor of Science in biology from the University of Kentucky. Jacob Johnson. Jacob received Bachelor of Science degrees in biology and philosophy from Lipscomb University. Zoe Jones. Zoe received a Bachelor of Science in psychology from Centre College. Mitchell Cooperstein. Mitchell received a Bachelor of Science in Physiology and Neurobiology from the University of Connecticut. Lucas Maxey. Lucas received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from Centre College. Mara Mobilia. Mara received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Gannon University. Rachel Mooney. Rachel received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, both from the University of Kentucky. Colin Ryan. Colin received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Sydney Sanford. Sydney received a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Alexia Victoria Shamazadeh. Alexia received a Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition from the University of Kentucky. Kidus Shifra. Kidus received a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences and a Master of Public Health, both from Eastern Kentucky University. Sydney Short. Sydney received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Morgan Smith. Morgan received a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences from Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Madison Sturdivant. Madison received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Western Kentucky University. Jenna Tennell. Jenna received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Louisville. Kaylee Wheeler. Kaylee received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Louisville. Anika Yadav. Anika received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Thank you, Dr. Holine. At this time, I want to turn it over to Dr. Winsey Jackson. Dr. Jackson is our Associate Dean for Admissions and Associate Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology. She will present the final two houses. Dr. Jackson?
Thank you, Dr. Ragsdale. To coat the Pacifino House, I would like to welcome Dr. Peter Akpanonu, who is the Associate Professor of Emergency Medicine, and Dr. James Grubbs, Assistant Professor of Internal Medicine and Pediatrics. We will begin with Alex Baker. Alex received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Zachary Allen Beckner. Zachary received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Nathaniel Cox. Nathaniel received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of the Cumberlands. Hannah Fisher. Hannah received a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Medical Biotechnology from the University of Kentucky. Neil Gupta. Neil received bachelor and master degrees in biomedical engineering from Duke University. Trey Hoback. Trey received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Louisville. Tucker Halchins. Tucker received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Science from the University of Kentucky. Bailey Hume. Bailey received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Louisville. Sarah Hyman. Sarah received a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the Tulane University. Alex Janes. Alex received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Mallory Johnson. Mallory received a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Transylvania University. Parisa Shamay Zadeh. Parisa received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky and a Master of Science in Public Health Global Disease Epidemiology from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Heather Short. Heather received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Louisville. Drew Singerman. Drew received a Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences and a Master of Science in Community Engaged Medicine, both from Furman University. Peyton Skaggs. Peyton received Bachelor of Science degrees in Neuroscience and Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Trevor South. Trevor received a Bachelor of Science in Human Health Sciences from the University of Kentucky. Viragi Subramaniam. Viragi received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Sabina Hanako Warnes. Sabina received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Murray State University. Ashley White. Ashley received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Amy Woolard. Amy received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Georgetown College. And finally, the Thoroughbred House. Thank you. We are going to ask Dr. LaTanya Pleasant, Assistant Professor of Pediatrics, to cloak the students of the Thoroughbred House. First up, Lindsay Bryant. Lindsay received a Bachelor of Public Health and a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, both from the University of Kentucky. Jordan Shale. Jordan received Master and Doctor of Pharmacy degrees, both from the University of Kentucky College of Pharmacy. Alexander Chang. Alexander received a Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition from the University of Kentucky. Hannah Cleary. Hannah received a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Medical Biotechnology from the University of Kentucky. Preston Crump. Preston received a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy from Georgetown College. Matthew Friedman. Matthew received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Grayson Keith Fuller. Grayson received a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Chemistry from Western Kentucky University and a Master of Public Health and Epidemiology from the University of Kentucky. Kennedy Lee Gibbs. Kennedy received a Bachelor of Science in Natural Science from Spalding University. Landis Guo. Landis received Bachelor of Science degrees in Biology and in Neuroscience and a Master of Science in Biology from the University of Kentucky. Casey Heisel. Casey received a Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science from the University of Kentucky. Jaewon Kong. Jaewon received a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry from Vassar College. Sabrin Kapp. Sabrin received a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the University of Kentucky. Reagan Martin. Reagan received a Bachelor of Business Administration in Business Management and Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Caitlin Miller. Caitlin received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from the University of Louisville. Shelby Montgomery. Shelby received a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from Centre College. Omkar Moray. Omkar received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Sebastian Otero. Sebastian received a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology from the University of Chicago. John Cullen Slaughter. John received a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Western Kentucky University. Cameron Sloan. Cameron received a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from the University of Kentucky. Juliana York. Juliana received Bachelor of Arts degrees in Cellular and Molecular Biology and in General Chemistry from Berea College. Thank you all, and I will turn it back over to Dr. White.
It is with great pride that I present to the University of Kentucky College of Medicine faculty, staff, alumni, community members, and to the friends and families watching virtually, the University of Kentucky College of Medicine Class of 2026. You all were so excited to celebrate. I was going to have them stand to be recognized. So I will now have all of the students stand as I ask you to join me in the UK College of Medicine Pledge of Professionalism written by our medical students. Please welcome second-year medical students Catherine Durbin, Ryan Little, and Megan Peterson to lead the reading of the pledge.
I do solemnly promise to uphold the following pledge as I enter my chosen profession, to conduct myself in an honest and courteous way as a socially responsible citizen of my class, our college, our community, our nation, and world, to develop and nurture habits of lifelong learning and maintain current knowledge and expertise, to do my utmost to foster the success of my colleagues and earn the respect of my peers, my faculty, and my patients, to relate to my peers, faculty, patients, and their families with truthfulness and respect, to choose my role models carefully and strive to become an inspirational role model for future generations, to hold sacred, privileged information from both patients and colleagues and honor their trust by preserving confidentiality, to accept inconveniences and endure unavoidable personal risk in order to further my education and meet the needs of my patients, to advocate for care regardless of ability to pay, to value the quality of life and to cherish the privilege of trust granted to me by my patients and their families, and to always serve the best interest of our patients.
Thank you and congratulations to each of you. Students may be seated. The College of Medicine would like to thank the UK medical alumni community for donating our white coats today, and the Arnold P. Gold Foundation for donating our humanism pens, which were provided for a gift for our students as we welcome them into our profession. Thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate this momentum occasion for the class of 2026. We know that your support will sustain them through these next 4 years, and we look forward to welcoming you to our family. Students, we ask that you recess first and you will gather to take a class photo. Faculty will exit afterwards, and we welcome everyone else to join us for a reception as we await for our guests of honor. Thank you once again, and congratulations to the class of 2026.